Hello everyone. Welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. Hi, how are y'all doing? I hope you're all doing great and are very blessed. It's Renee and this is my channel, Lovely Lavender Wishes. And today we're going to be doing some more Bible journaling. I'm going to be using his palette, Worship Girl. It's called the Bluebell Worship Girl. Let's see. She did a live, I think it was a live. Kimberly did a live over at his palette or one of the Facebook groups. And I didn't catch the live, but I caught like a little repeat after the fact. And I loved the page and I wanted to kind of imitate that and do the page. So I'm just going to kind of bring you along and you can craft along with me. I'm going to do mine probably a little bit differently because I'm going to use a little bit different supplies than Kimberly had, but she used her Worship Girl. So she is the artist and the owner of his palette. So go check her out at hispalette.com. She's got some great printables over there. So anyways, today we are going to be in Matthew, let me see, 11. Yes. Come to me and I will give you rest. Oh, I need some rest, y'all. In Matthew chapter 11, I'm going to be focusing on verse 28 through 30. And I'm sure for those of you who have been in the Bible, you know this verse or you've heard this verse at some point. It says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." How many of you need rest? I know I do. "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So I'm going to take my black pen here and I am going to just underline this, and of course it's going to be squiggly wiggly because I cannot draw a straight line for the life of me. But if you want to draw straight lines, just grab a ruler or a piece of paper or something and you can draw your straight lines. I'm just going to kind of go in here and do this, and this pen is going in and out, but that's okay. It will look a little rustic. So, and that was my Microperm Sakura pen. It says Microperm. I found that pretty weird. Maybe micro permanent ink, I'm guessing. But anyways, I did gesso prep both my pages. And so let's get crafting. I'm going to kind of imitate what Kimberly did. So let's move her to the side. I do have this little this little stencil of flowers. So we're going to use that. So I went into my hymnal. This is an old hymnal that you've seen. I've torn up for other pages before. And since this page is called Give Me Rest, I found this one that says Revive Us Again. And I just really like that. So what's going on with me is I have a new opportunity to perhaps do another career or like start another career. And it's kind of scary. And okay, let's just start tearing this. It's kind of scary as well as exciting at the same time. I mean, you know, like anything is something new. So I'm kind of praying about it and all that. And that's kind of, you know, why I need some rest, Lord, because my head is just swimming right now of all the different possibilities and things. And do I want to do this or not want to do it, or I don't know, what have you. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to just put these in some areas here. Tear across the page. We're just going to collage a little bit. So I think Kimberly used, I don't even know. She used, I think, book pages in her background for this. I'm going to use this because I like just the music. I do like the music pages. I'm going to do a little bit more. Where would we want to put this? I know I have that spot there, but she is going to go, well, she's going to go up there kind of, but we'll do a few other things. Maybe like that. I kind of like that. I'll just toss that. Okay, so let's grab our glue stick and we're going to glue these down really quickly. Ooh, I do like that page more. It's got more writing on it. So actually, after doing that, I'm going to flip it over. I don't even know what song this is. Oh, look, A Story of Peace and Light. I think this was a, I don't know, I don't even know, but Story of Peace and Light. I like the peace part. So we'll go with that. So I'm probably going to cover a lot of this anyways. So I say we are gonna do this, but then, yeah, who knows? There's a lot more on this side too, but I'm gonna kind of keep it like this. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I probably am gonna cover a lot of it. So we'll just see how it goes. Actually, this one I want a bit over more, and this one we're gonna kind of go like that. I don't know, no rhyme or reason. I'm just sticking it like that. So yeah, so I have this opportunity and I've been praying on it. It's just been in my mind a lot lately. It means another big change. Lots of big changes going on in my life lately. Lots. It's been kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? I just threw my paper out, but I forgot. I want to work on this side as well. So I'm going to tear off a little strip. Stick along the side here as well. May as well. Because what I do on this side, I like to do on this side as well, just to kind of, you know, keep the 2 pages balanced a little bit. I'm going to let that hang over the edge a little because I do like that rough look. Doesn't always have to be matchy, perfect. So I'm going to take my white gesso, shaking it a little. I'm actually going to put some, open it. Gosh, I'm going to put some on here. This is, I got my little acrylic plastic little sheet. Some of these are glass, some are acrylic. I've just got these in my drawer over here that I use. And I'm just gonna dip my finger in here and I'm just gonna kind of swipe. It is time to get messy, y'all. Love it. Want to get a little bit messy. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Today is one of those days. I want to get a little bit messy. Swipe it, and I'm actually going to keep some parts thick. I'm going to scrape some off. And then I'm going to put some, I mean, there's going to be more on the paper eventually, but let's grab this, wipe ourselves off. Now let's get our heating tool and heat that up. Oh, you know what? Again, forgot, after I cleaned myself off, I forgot this side. Oh, you guys have to remind me. Please remind me. Say, hey, don't forget the other side. Don't forget the other side. Okay. So going back to what I was talking about, had this opportunity come up and I'm trying to decide. It's going to take a lot more time. Again, it's going to take, it's a lot of technology, which I'm going to have to learn. And that's kind of scary for me because I'm so old school. So if I do want to do this, I'm going to have to learn a lot more technology and get a little bit more tech savvy, which would be a good thing. I mean, I guess I have to learn it. Eventually I could live. I always thought, oh, I just will live with my head in the sand and just, you know, leave the technology to the youngins. But this one is going to make me have to really learn it. So I'm debating, I'm deciding. I think it would be kind of fun, something new, something different, and we'll see. So, okay, if I'm gonna stencil, I gotta make sure this is super dry. So let me make sure that this gesso is dry before I can stencil. I'm gonna take this. I think Kimberly used stars. Kim used stars, a star stencil. You can use whatever stencil you have. I'm gonna use flowers because I'm going to be using flowers on my page versus stars or hearts or anything like that. And I think that's what Kim used in her live. I don't have any stars or hearts. I mean, I guess I have a few, but I have these flowers and I'm gonna use them. I also had these flowers. So I'm going to use those as well on the page. So I figure I might as well keep the whole flower theme going. Okay, let's see. That looks pretty dry. Pretty dry. I'm also writing another book. So, you know, more things going on. So I do have a lot going on and trying to get healthy on top of it all. So I am going to use this brush. I got a set of, I think it was 5 on Amazon. I love these brushes for stenciling. I'm using Faded Jeans, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of Broken China Distress Ink. Those are the 2 blues I have that match this printable the best. So that's what I'm using on. And I'm just gonna come in and do some random stenciling here. Some dark, some light. And then I'm going to go in. I want some coming off the page because I told you all this before. When your pictures go off the page, it makes the page seem a lot bigger because it draws your eye like the page doesn't just stop right where the page stops. So I want to do that in a few spots. I'm going to kind of do one up there and then do one like right there going off the page. And then I also, like I said, I want to use this other color. So I want to keep a few, and let's do a couple over on this side. I'm going to do one coming off the page down here. Okay, let me move her again because she's going to get in the way. So that was the Faded Jeans. And then I'm going to just kind of wipe it off quickly. And since I'm using, it's blue, I'm going to go into the Broken China. And I think it's going to be a different color, but we shall see. Let's see. A little bit different. Probably the 2 blues are kind of probably mixing together, but I don't mind. Let's see what else. One here. And then we'll do just like that. Not a lot. Okay. You're all probably like, wow, I'm being restrained and reserved. Not a lot. Not a lot of stenciling. And the beauty of these distress inks is you just spray some water. Look at that. It pulls, it like reacts with the ink right away, pulls the ink, and just like that, clean stencil. Love it. Love it, love it. But then you have to be careful if you're using distress inks on your pages that it will react with water. So if you're going to use any watercolor or anything, it will smear your distress ink. So you don't want that. You would want more of a permanent ink if you don't want it to smear. But I'm going to like kind of heat set this just a tad. And heat setting doesn't prevent it from being, if I put water on this, it still would probably react with that. I haven't really done it after I heat set it, but I'm sure if I went in with water, it's still going to react with that. I just want to make sure it's dry. Or at least, you know, kind of dry. Okay, so she is going to go right about here. So let's see how she'll be sitting. Okay, kind of like that. You might have to like white out some of this right around there. So let me... I don't want that distracting from the picture too much. So I'm going to kind of white that out a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay, let's try that. Okay, and then I had, along with these flowers, it was like this little container of all these little flowers here. And then I have another one of darker flowers, a variety of blues. I got these from a garage sale with all these containers. And I love these containers. So I have a whole set over to the side here of probably about 22 of these different containers, and they all have different kind of colored flowers, leaves, some paper flowers, things like that in them. So I grabbed those, and in this one came these little leaves, this little glittery thing, and then some of these flowers, and then this ribbon. So all of these colors kind of go together. So I figured I can use a lot of these on this page, and it matches. Look at the color, it matches her. Love it. So, oh, and I was having problems with my printer, so it printed everything. It's printing everything out real light. I'm waiting for my black ink to come in. So but I didn't want to wait. So what I did is I printed her out. So yours would probably be a lot clearer than mine, but she came out almost like gray because I am missing my black ink. So I went in with colored pencil and just kind of darkened everything up. Yeah, I got too impatient. I didn't want to wait for my black ink to come in. I wanted to craft. So I figured, I will improvise. So I have this ribbon, and it's got like, I don't know if you can see, it's got these little sparklies, see that on the ribbon? And so I'm going to kind of put that on this page, and let me grab my scissors. Let's move that because that's going to get messy. And I'm thinking we'll just kind of glue this to the page so it's hanging off the end of the page. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue. Gosh, I haven't used this in a while because I haven't been doing much of my journaling in a while. So let's see if, ooh, there we go. I'm just going to kind of put that down the edge. I don't know how fast this is going to dry, but I'm just going to kind of squish this down here. Squish, 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 squish. So I'm stretching this out because this is that wavy kind of lace. So I'm going to stretch it out so it glues flat here against the paper. And then I'm going to take, where's my little cutter scissors, and we're going to kind of trim this edge here. Dang, I just got myself, y'all. Ow. Ow. I was like, whoa, those cutter bees are sharp, so be careful. And I just want to make sure that's going to glue and hold. Look at that, y'all. I cut myself. And how many times have I done that? I think I've done that a few times. You probably shouldn't be cutting towards your skin. No, you should be cutting away from your skin. I'm always like jabbing myself, cutting myself. It's okay. And then on top of that, I am going to kind of glue that. So let's do the same thing. I'm gonna put some more glue. A little strip down. So you can glue a lot of different things in your Bible. You can sew. I was thinking of sewing this, but then I'm like, I'll just glue it real quickly. So this will kind of help hold that lace down as well. And just put like a finishing touch on it. Oh, I really like that. All right, let's try not to cut myself. Except I gotta hold this. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go this way this time. There we go. Let's move that. Those are some sharp scissors, y'all. Be careful. I would never let my kids use those cutter bee scissors because they're extremely sharp. And I've cut myself a number of times on them. I know for sure my son would probably definitely do a number on himself. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of hold that down just a tad. Make sure it glues on there, dries. Pretty. Okay, and I actually, let's try to, I'm gonna flip it over and heat it from the back a little bit. Just help it along. So yes, you can sew in your Bible. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you can hand sew if you want. You could do lots of things. You could staple this in your Bible. You don't have to have lace. This is ribbon, this is lace. You could use either. You could use a piece of scrap paper and cut it out so it looks like lace. Use one of your deckled edge art scissors if you have those. There's a lot of different things you can do. Okay, so then I also grabbed some washi tape. That's another thing that, this is like torn, so I'm gonna just tear this part off. I think I got this one from a package from AliExpress. It was a bunch of different blues. You can buy them in color codes or whatever. So let's add some washi tape. And I love this. It's kind of like, I know they're trees, but that kind of looks like a moon behind the trees. So that kind of goes along the whole thing of give me rest. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time sleeping a lot. Let's do. So, you know, the Lord promises to give me rest. I will take it. I will definitely take it. If he can promise me rest, I'll take it. Let's put one here. Let's do some more. Let's do some. I don't know if I want it touching the ribbon, but we'll get close. Is that upside down? We'll do it this way. Perhaps. I don't know. Those trees. The moon looks upside down, but the trees don't. I don't know. We'll go this way. And then let's do. I'll just do a little one here. I don't like that piece. Let's do. Something like that, like there. And then maybe this across the bottom. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, that's cool. I'll just stick that one there. That little piece, might as well use it. May as well. Okay. So we got that. Okay, so I'm going to take my palette knife. Okay, so I also grabbed some acrylic paints. So this one is crisp blue, which looks like that color. And then this one is a navy blue. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. Let's see. Shake this up. Is that even open? Yeah, okay. Gosh, I haven't used these in a while either. So let's see. I'm going to stick it on my... Okay, we don't need a lot, just a little bit. You can always add more. So I hope y'all can see this on the my acrylic block here. Woo, yeah. Be careful opening some paints and stuff over here because I've done that before. Actually, I'm gonna wipe this off real quick. I've done that before where I've opened something up over my page and the whole thing like exploded or popped and, you know, I had paint everywhere. So live and learn. And yet I'm still doing it awfully close, right, y'all? You're probably all like, oh my gosh, you are close to your page. I'm like, I know. And if it happens, I guess. We'll fix it. Okay, let me move that. So I'm gonna take my palette knife. I'm gonna take a little bit here and I'm just gonna do the scraping technique. On the page. So lightly scrape the colors, whichever direction you want, but you get this really cool jagged effect, I guess would be the word, when you use this method. You can go in with your fingers as well. Let's see. This is going to give it the distressed type look. So she's going to go here. So I really don't need to put any like right there. I'll put some here because I don't know exactly where she's going to lay. And then let's do, whoop, a little too much. A little bit here. Just a little. Take the paper towel, wipe that off, and now I'm going to go in with some dark blue. Ooh, look at that. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, I'm liking that. I love the contrast of those two colors. And you can layer them on top of each other. If you want to go in and dry it first, you can do that. Now the page is getting a little dark, so we're going to go in and tone it down a bit. Now you could have done this before you did the ribbon and such as well. I don't want to get any on my ribbon, so I'm trying to avoid the ribbon. I think I got a little bit there, but not that big of a deal. Okay, and then let's do some on this side. See, I didn't even use all this. You only need like a little dot. It goes a long way with this paint, especially when you're using this method of getting the color on your page. Just a little bit. Okay. So now let's dry that. Make sure all this is dry before we go in with the whites and cover a lot of it up. So this is just doing the background. It's a layer upon layer upon layer, but that's fun. And a lot of times, again, you might cover a lot of it up, but when you look closely at the page, that's when you see all the layers. So when you first look at the page, you might be like, oh, it doesn't look like a lot. But then when you get close to it, you're seeing the different layers of washi tape, of collage paper, of paint, of gesso, whatever it may be. And then on top, we're going to have our ephemera pieces. Let's see. Okay, so let's make sure some of these thicker parts are dry. And let's see where she is going to. She's going to go like right about there. So I'm going to go back in with the white gesso now. And again, you're probably like, oh my gosh, you're covering it all up. I'm covering a lot of it up, yes. But again, it's just another layer and it's going to peep out from behind that. And look, you get this really cool effect when it's peeping out. It knocks the bright colors a little bit to the back, so it's not as bold and in your face, but the color is still there. See, I didn't want all that there. And if you don't like it, just scrape it off. No biggie. Need a little bit more of the white gesso, probably just a little bit. Come on. Not much. Let's do this side. And there you go. I think, you know what? I'm looking, if you're unsure, step back a little, take a step back, look at your page. And if there's certain spots that just are kind of screaming out at you, those are the ones that you might want to go back in and be like, okay, let's do something here. And there are a few here that were like completely screaming out at me. I just didn't want those to be completely... Let me think, step back. Okay. I love that little, you get some ridges, you get, you know, thicker spots, thinner spots, the scraping. I love that. I love that look. Okay, I'm gonna move this because I do not wanna make a mess here because I'll probably stick my hand right in it. So I'm gonna move that and let's dry this. And then we're just gonna assemble our page essentially. So that's the background. And you can do that with anything, any kind of paint. If you don't have white gesso, you can use white paint, white glue, and whatever you got. I like that distress. So Kim over at his palette, she does a lot of like layered pages, mixed media pages, you know, build up, a lot of build up. And I really, it's kind of like my style. So it really, you know, her pages draw me to them because that's the style I like. Now, if this isn't your style, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to collage. You don't have to do all this distress type stuff. You could do stenciling. You could add washi tape and don't cover it up at all. You could do a whole background of just washi tape or a whole background of scrapbook paper or stenciling, or keep it white and put her on and do some ephemera pieces around her. I mean, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the same. Whatever your style is, go with that style. I switch my styles up often. For those of you who've been watching me for the last couple years or so, I do switch my styles up. I'll get in like a phase of, ooh, I like to collage now, or ooh, I like to do layered, or ooh, stickers, or whatever it may be, drawing or coloring, or I went through a huge coloring phase at one point. So yeah, I mean, I'll switch mine up too. Right now I'm kind of in, at one point I was in like a napkin decoupage phase, and now I'm in this really layered phase. Okay, as you can see on the back, when I felt the page, it's still a little damp and wet. So I wanna make sure that's dry. So I'm flipping the page over and I'm gonna dry it from this side as well. I don't mind the glue being a little wet, that can dry overnight, but this part, we want dry, the painted part. And so sometimes it helps to dry on the back of the page. It quickens the process. And then I can flip it over, do it again. Because when I touched the page, it was still a little damp. This one's not so much, so. I still see the paint is wet a little bit up here, so let's work on that. Well, hopefully that'll dry. Hopefully that'll dry while we're working and cutting. Okay, so she is going to go here. And then I grabbed this. This was in a little booklet that I got on my Your Creative Studio box. It was like collage paper, and it was like maybe 10 pages of this image and another image and another image. There was like 3 or 4 images, and it was like a little booklet. So I just grabbed that out of there. I like that. And this was one of those washi stickers, and it's got this border around it, which I don't like. So I am going to cut that before I take the sticker part off. I'm going to cut that border off, or at least most of it. So I'm just going to kind of roughly go around this and cut this bigger border off. And yes, it would be clear and you really aren't going to see it, but I just want to kind of get rid of that. And I liked this one because it's got the blue colors in it and it had the butterflies, you know. I'm thinking at this point, almost every single one of my pages in the Bible are going to have butterflies on it. I don't know. I just keep butterflies or flowers. Those seem to be my go-tos. Okay, so I love this part. So this is time. This is all about time. And it's such a funny thing, always going faster when you don't want it to. Y'all, we've been talking about this for the last few videos, and I just found that hilarious. So I was like, okay. So this is, it says here, living in my, and then they had other stickers that said dreams and things like that. But I just really like this collage type element. And I was thinking I was gonna stick this maybe like right about here, because I like this lace. And look, the music, I just noticed that. I didn't even think about that I'm using music paper here and there's music here. Again, another happy accident. So I'm thinking of sticking that there. Again, you probably won't read all that. You won't be able to read it all, but you know, it's not meant to be read. It's just, you know, collage paper. So let's pull this part off. So I'm going to make my own little kind of ephemera piece to stick with her. Now, if I put this down, this would have been fine as well. But since it is one of those washi tape, it's going to be see-through. So I wanted to stick it on something that's going to make it more opaque and not see-through, because then everything you would see through this sticker on there and would kind of fade too much into the background. So anytime you have a sticker like this that's very see-through and you don't want it to be, just find something to put it on that's more opaque. I'm thinking like right about here. Ooh, cool. So you get that and this. And I am going to tear this. Actually, I'm kind of liking that little piece too. I might put that somewhere. I want to tear this into like a ephemera piece, collage piece, whatever. And I'm actually going to tear this down a little tad more, closer to the sticker part, and then these this side. I like that. And then this one, I don't know. Do we want? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. We'll see. Maybe. Perhaps. Or maybe we'll just use the clock part and not have that whole big thing. And then we'll have the time down there that says that. I don't want to cover my verse right there. So right there. That's cool. Let's stick that there. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Am I off camera? Oh! Okay. I am going to glue this one, this little piece, because I loved that little image, so I may as well use it. I'll glue that there. So here's my verse right there. So it's not covering, it's covering a little bit ahead of it, but, and then we're gonna glue her. Get all these little edges or little pieces. We're gonna glue her right about here. Let's see, right at the top, but I don't want her touching there, just barely touching the ribbon. Okay, and then this, let's see if we can maybe tuck that under. Yeah. Again, another great reason for using glue sticks is you can lift things up, tuck things under, do, you know, move things around if you need to. I kind of like that. I like her over that piece. Corner pieces. Okay, so there's that. And then now I want to decorate. Okay, like I said, I have all these flowers. What to do with them? I don't know, y'all. Let's figure this out. Let's see. Okay, and then here are the little gem pieces, as well as these had little sequins on. So I grabbed some of my sequins, and I think those would be cute, putting in the little flower part. So let's figure out where we want to put these flowers. I love these different colors. So let me think. Maybe this one down here. And these were already glued together. I think someone glued these together. I got these from a garage sale, this whole big set. And so I was like, well, they did the work for me already. So let's put one there. I know I want one there for sure. So I'm gonna grab my little glue dots because those, you don't have to worry about waiting to dry quickly. Actually, I'm gonna grab, let's see, the medium ones. I got medium and I got small. The medium ones will work better for these flowers, I think. And I think you can go online and find these. I am almost out. And I'm like, ooh, when I go out, I'm gonna have to get some more. So you just stick the little glue dot there on the back and then you stick and boom, it is stuck. I love them. Super quick, super easy. The way to do it. Okay, let me clear off my desk here a little bit. Okay, so there's one. I loved these little, I'm not gonna stick this whole thing down because it's too 3D, but I'm thinking I might cut these little leaves off or maybe some of these leaves. I don't know, let's see. Or do we want like a little one? No, maybe a medium one with some leaves. Maybe a big one up here. I thought I had more ham. I think they're scattered all over my table. Well, I got these. I can grab some more of these. Okay. These are darker ones, but I thought I had some small, little lighter ones. I wanted some tiny, tiny ones, but I don't have them. Oh, here's some of those sequins in here that probably fell off. So let's do a little glue dot. Boop. And I'm just gonna stick that sequence down and it'll dry clear over time. Actually, we can just go in and dab it up. That'll dry clear. We'll have a little sequence there in the middle. I could also use these. I don't know. Here's another little one. Got these. Oh, wait, we can do this little one for a lighter blue. Put that there maybe. A little one over here. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Do we want some, because I got the shiny in this lace. I'm thinking those would be cool. Okay, we're just gonna cut these off. I think I can cut them off. Well, let's see. Yep, there's one. So don't be afraid, like if you're not gonna use whatever this is, I tend to cannibalize my items. Even my clothes, y'all know in my junk journaling, I'll cut up sweaters or what have you, and then I could use these little beads for something else. Let me see. Put that to the side. I could use a couple of these as well. Do we like that one or do we like this one, this color? Or do we like a little bit of, I like a little bit of the dark and light. Here's a dark, and then I'm gonna cut one of these little light ones. Okay, let's see how this works. Let's move this. Okay, don't want those. So I am thinking we can see what this looks like. I'm just kind of playing with this right now. Put this one on top, maybe something like that right there. You can have one up here. Oh, maybe we'll need a couple more of these. Let's do a little one of these. that, perhaps. Or maybe oh, we could have that one sticking off the top of the I like when things stick off my page as well. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe a bigger one. A big light one here. Not sure about this one. Or do we want that one up here? And maybe this one on her, perhaps. One there and one there. No? Help, y'all, help. Let's see. What else do we have here? What's this one? It's kind of like a little medium one. Just some randoms. I don't know if I'm gonna need this. I like this color. And then I'll put a little leaf over here. Do a little one. I don't know, what y'all think? Well, we're gonna try this for now, okay? And then, so I'm gonna take my, stick that glue dot there. Oh, this stuff does stick, so. Where do we want this piece? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna see if I can do the glue dot for both of these right here. There we go. For that one. This stuff sticks. Okay, what am I missing here? Let's see if we can do two at once, stick them both, because these glue dots are kind of big. Get them both down there. A little bit further underneath. There we go. Did I do that one? Let's do this one. grab one of the little ones for this one. Stick that in there. Get a medium one for this one. Let's do a little one for this one. And a little one for this one, because this one's not too heavy to glue. I like that sticking off the page. Let's do a little one for here. Okay, did I get them all? I gotta get this one. Let's do a medium for this and see if I can get them both, the glue on both of these at the same time. Yep, there we go. And then I want this one kind of sticking off the page as well. Ah, now it's sticking on my finger. No, stick to the paper. There we go. Okay, so I have these. Do we want to use those or do we just want to use, I kind of like those. So let me put those to the side. So I have a few more leaves that I can use for, I could do. Let's add some more, y'all. Which mine as well, may as well. Try and do this quickly. I know we're running out of time. Oh, I like that. Hanging off the page right there. Okay, well, I have more leaves for the future. Okay, so now let me grab, let's see, do I have any more of those little sequins in here? No. So I'm gonna grab some sequins from here. I'm gonna put dab of glue in each flower. So we got one there, 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 and there. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in and grab these like little silvery type sequins and stick one on each one. And as you can see on this one, see how the glue dries clear. So don't have to worry about white glue. You could dab it up with a paper towel if you don't want all that glue right there. These are all sticking to me, y'all. Let's see. Again, if you have tweezers or something better than your fingers, I suggest you use it. And I probably do, but my fingers are all messed up and dirty anyways, so I figure, we will just continue with the dirtiness. Okay, so those will dry. I'm just gonna dab this one up just a tad, that one up just a tad. This one's had the most glue, I think. And we'll let them all, let's push that one down. Let those dry. Ooh, I love that. And finally, for the title, so I'm definitely gonna have to get more of these. I'm almost out of both of these. I love the medium and the small. They both work really well. Okay, let's put covers on all this stuff. And there we go. What not to do. Okay. I have these stickers and the title is going to be Rest. And I'm thinking, where would we put them? Maybe just down here at the bottom. So they're like little puffy stickers. And let's see if I have all the letters. Here's an E, here's an S, here's a T. Do I have an R? R, yes, there we go. Woohoo! Otherwise, I have this other sheet that I could have grabbed some out of, but again, I'm trying to use up what I have. Some of this stickers, they're just popping out everywhere. Okay, Rest. So I think I'm just gonna, or do we want it here? Maybe here, R-E-S-T. I don't know, we'll see. I can always pull it up do want it kind of straight. So come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I need rest in my mind about what I'm going to do, what kind of decisions I'm going to make. And I kind of like that that's a little hidden behind this leaf. It's kind of like resting in the leaves. And there we go, y'all. There's our page. Woo! I'm gonna have to let this sit and dry a little bit. But look, when it's closed, and I'm not gonna close it all the way yet because it's still gotta dry. But when it's closed, look, you're gonna have this edge. This is fun to do on a lot of your pages if you want your Bible journal or your Bibling to look a little bit more fancy on the edges. Put more lace on the edges and you'll have like this whole ruffle thing going on in your Bible. I do need to use lace a lot more than I do. I have a ton of lace and I think that would look really pretty in your Bible. But that's a great way that you can even do that to start off any kind of the beginning of each book, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John or something. Each of the Gospels, you can do a different colored lace for the beginning of every book if you want. You can even do little tags with like, you can staple tags, or you can have wire or string or whatever with each name of the book on your little lace or whatever. There's a lot of things you can do if you wanted to decorate up your Bible. If you didn't want a Bible journal in your Bible, but you wanted to do other things. I've seen people who've done artwork along, like, you know, on the outside, the spine, whatever this would be called, not the spine, but like all the edges of the pages, they would color these and that would be their decorating, but you can do this as well. So just another idea. Oops, sorry, y'all, just knocked the camera. But let me bring this up close. So again, we are in Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30. Come to me, all who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So here's this side. I like having this kind of hanging off the edge of the page. And then here's the top of this one. And I like the flowers and the leaves hanging off the edge. And I use the His palette. Oh, which one? The blue. What was this one called? The Bluebell Worship Girl, I think, or Blue Worship Girl. And you can see, if you look up close, you can see the texture from the gesso that we used. See the texture down here? And then you got the texture of the ribbon and the lace and these velvet little leaves and the glitter leaves. Of course, you all know I need a little bit of glitter. So I'm gonna let this dry with the little sequins in each of the flowers. But even look at what that does. Just gives you a little touch of shine in each of the middle of the flowers. So if you don't have these like little jewels or what have you, you can use little pieces of sequins. You could use glue, glitter glue. I've used that before, the stickles or whatever. So you can, but you can use whatever you want in the middle of these little, you can even use a scrapbook piece of paper, a glitter scrapbook piece of paper. But you can see the difference of just adding one little thing in the middle of the flower. It just makes your flowers pop a little bit. So there you all go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video. And hopefully for those of you who needed this message, God will give you rest. He will ease your mind. Sometimes you just need to spend a night, get away from whatever project or whatever it is you're thinking about. Let God kind of work it out for you. And then sometimes in 24 hours or the next day when you wake up, you have a clarity that maybe you didn't have the day before. And that's what I'm praying for now about my new job opportunities coming up. So maybe I'll have more of a clarity as this week goes on. And that's kind of what I'm praying for. So I'm going to the Lord because my brain is just like, just keeps going. But I'm hoping that he's going to give me rest and he will give me the direction I need to go. So thank you all so much. I will see you in the next video. Love y'all. Bye-bye.